Okay. There are a few things that I agree with Dr. Steven Greer on. For one thing, yes, there are aliens visiting the planet, so I agree with him there. Yes, we need full disclosure on what the situation is. Yes, that's most certainly true. However, I don't agree with him at all on a lot of other things. I mean, to me, I believe that he makes this whole situation, this whole UFO problem, look ridiculous. I mean, to a lot of people, to the non-believers out there. The fact that he thinks that he has these big events where people pay a lot of money to go to them, and he's he's going to teach them to basically to meditate, and UFOs will come, aliens will come, and it's just nonsense. If that was really happening, then this would be all over the news. It's not happening. It's all nonsense. He basically goes out and he rents these, gets rent a big property. Like he's planning on one coming up in April in Arizona. He'll have this big property rented, and then basically all these people are going to show up, pay a lot of money. Some of them will pay, who don't go will pay a fee to watch it streaming, right? And it's all nonsense. You're gonna have a bunch of people out there meditating, and UFOs are coming. And the other thing he believes firmly is that these extraterrestrials are actually here on they're friendly, and they want to help humankind. Like, how does he know this? He doesn't know this. This is all fantasy. He doesn't have no proof of this. I mean, I don't know why they're here. That's the real answer to the question is, who knows? I mean, and the other thing is, you don't even know how many are coming here. I mean, but there's been all different kinds of the descriptions of these things. There's a lot of different kinds of species apparently coming here from who knows how many different planets. And to pull these kind of stunts, this is like, to me, now his nonprofit group, right? This alleged close encounter 5 contact events that he has. Look at this, is like a money grabbing scheme in my view, right? This is nonsense. Look at this. Okay, now he's having this coming up on April 8th, 9th, and 10th. Okay, and it costs. Okay, here's the pricing for it. So if you want to pay for the virtual weekend, you can't make it, but you want to watch it online. It's going to cost you $199 to watch it on your computer at home. And this will include Friday, Saturday events, Sunday events, where basically people that are there are actually sitting out. A lot of this is people in the evening sitting out under the stars meditating, and basically this meditation will cause UFOs to show up. Okay, but the in-person cost, look at this, $699 for the weekend conference, which does not include the in-person Sunday night access. That's an additional fund. That costs additional amount. Okay, but you do have access to the virtual version of that one. And this doesn't even include accommodations. This doesn't even include that. I mean, you got to take care of your own accommodations, okay, and your own food and anything else. That's a $700 basically, right, to go to this thing for a couple of days, to sit out under the stars in the Arizona desert and meditate with some guru. In the evening, it's unreal. I just can't believe that people are gullible to do something like this. This is what makes it look bad to me. And I don't know how, why this guy is, considered by so many people like some kind of, like intermediate between humankind and aliens. I mean, who the hell is he? Okay, yeah, I liked some of the things that he did earlier in his life, right? Fighting for disclosure, but now it's turned into some kind of pseudo religion. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is like no different than the televangelist nonsense. I mean, I will say this. I mean, Greer's message is pure peace. And I mean, there's no hatred he throws out there at anybody like that. Like some of these so-called Christian televangelists. I mean, they want their congregates to hate other people, basically. Even that's not the teachings, and that has nothing to do with the teachings of Christ. It's all about making money for them and hating other people and getting people all riled up. But this is another form. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a form of I mean, if you're doing this, if you're paying this kind of money, I'm just here to tell you right now, you're gullible. You're gullible to think that you're going to go out into some desert somewhere. And wait, so you're going to sit there and meditate, okay, for Friday night. Introduction to Making Contact and the Science of Consciousness. This is the first night event. That's from 8 till 10 p.m. And then 10 p.m. to midnight, special fundraising reception with Dr. Steven Greer and his team, not included in the weekend conference price. So that's that marries more money. If you want to go to this thing, then you got to throw more money at them. Okay. And then the Saturday, you have all these different things. From 10 a.m. to noon, there's going to be experienced Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind ambassadors will discuss the nuts and bolts of all aspects of how to set up your contact group, to basically have your own contact group, from how to choose a site to what equipment to have and how to use it. There will be time for questions. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Your people are falling for this nonsense. Put it this way, if we had contact, if this guy had actual contact with these aliens, right, we wouldn't even need disclosure. What are we even fighting for disclosure for? This is bullshit. This has me so angry just looking at this, and to think there's people spending their hard-earned money on this nonsense. This is nonsense. Nonsense. Where's his proof at? Where's his damn proof at? He shows this picture of an alien. How do you know that's real? See, this is what makes ufology look bad. See, I know that there's something going on. I've seen one of these craft, and it wasn't like I sitting there meditating and it showed up. It just showed up. It doesn't work like this. If it does, if something, put it this way, if something does show up, it's all by chance. All by chance. This is nonsense. Okay, look at this. So, okay, and then the Saturday night event. Okay, you're going to have more meditation, photos and videos of Close Encounter 5 contact and the meaning behind the events. Then it goes into Sunday. There's more from 10 a.m. to noon on Sunday, part of this program, transdimensional photography and videography. Come on. Right. Okay. Let's go on here. How to tell real ET experiences from those hoaxed by intelligence and the military. How about to tell, who's not conning somebody and who is? How about something like that? Technologies used by the military and intelligence community to mimic ET events. If you knew that, then why not show the world right now? Show them how they're fooling everybody. Now, look, I totally agree with him on some points, right? I know that there's no unquestionably there's a government cover up, and there's been a cover up for decades, since the 40s. There's no question in my mind about that. There has to be, right? There's just been too many reports, and there's no reason to get into that. We're getting into this right now, but this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. Okay, then a Sunday night, if you're there, right, you're gonna hear Greer talk about why extraterrestrials are here, why this CE5 Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind contact is essential, and then he's gonna talk about the blueprint for the next 500,000 years. You're gonna talk about a blueprint for the next 500,000 years? 500,000 years? You gotta be kidding me. This is a joke. A blueprint for the next 500,000. How about we talk about a blueprint for the next 1 year, for 5 years, or 500,000 years? This is, oh man. If you're a person going to this, I feel bad for you. Snap out of it. Wake up. This guy, I'm telling you right now, this is bogus. This is nonsense. Total, absolute nonsense. Why? How could anybody fall for this? See, this is what makes things like this make ufology look ridiculous. I mean, to somebody, like, say you're a person out there that doesn't believe in ufology, right? Or doesn't believe in UFOs or extraterrestrial visitation. And then you see this, you're like, oh, I mean, this is clear tomfoolery. Absolute rubbish. Okay? And this whole belief that again, how does he know? Right? How does Greer know that these things aren't here for evil purposes? We don't know that. There's no, and it's not even clear if what the government knows about this. He doesn't have those inside answers. If he did, why didn't he share them? Right? Why doesn't he share them? This is just nonsense. To me, it's absolute unadulterated tripe with an overtone of sheer lunacy. Right? That's what it is. I mean, if you're falling for this, I feel sorry for you. Snap out of it. Don't waste your damn money on this. And apparently, it's too late. Once you spend the money on it, it's too late unless you could sell your ticket because you're stuck with it. I mean, this is terrible. This is terrible. Now, here's another good part about another funny part, not a good part. Another funny part about this is that it says here that there's other events going to be upcoming here. Like if you go to the bottom page here, it says, please note, attendance at future week-long expeditions with Dr. Steven Greer will require, among other things, participation in a 3-day conference. So, and this event coming up here in April, this event will meet that conference requirement. So there's other events going to come up. Obviously, for a week long, instead of a 3-day, for a week long, you're talking in the thousands now, right? So, but in order to attend that, you got to go to one of these deals first. You got to spend your $700 plus, right? First, right? And then you're allowed to go to that. And just because this is a nonprofit group, right? That doesn't that doesn't mean anything. This is all pure I mean, he'll have to, out of this money, he has to pay for the use of the property and everything else, right? And also, he has to, pay for anybody working for him, so he's going to have to pay those things. But the rest of it's going to be pure profit. So how many people are going to go to this thing, I don't know. But if it's a lot, then he's going to make a lot of money. And he has money coming in from all these things, because he was talking about in this program, in this thing a few weeks ago, that he's planning in Virginia. He just purchased this big property in Virginia where he wants to build some sort of a complex with a translucent dome on top of it, where people could gather and basically meditate to and wait for the UFOs, the extraterrestrials, to show up. This sounds like the contactee nonsense from the 50s. So if you're falling for this, seriously, I'm here to tell you, snap out of it. Snap out of it. This is nonsense. This is, I don't care. And here's another thing. I don't care if he sees my video, and I don't care what he says. I don't care. This is a free country, and I could say what I want, right? This is my opinion, right? And I could voice that opinion on here because this guy has no proof of any of these things that he's peddling here. He's turned ufology into a joke, and anybody who follows this guy is nuts, and you're wasting your money.